Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the UPSC 2020 analysis we are doing already MCQs 1 to 50 is uploaded, and most of you are not watching it. Later when the exam gets over, you will realize that many questions directly came from these question papers. So here if you see, more than 1700 people saw this, but then if you see, the viewership is reducing. Okay, so if you are not serious about this exam, then it's okay, but if you really want to crack this exam, whether it's this year or next year, you have to watch all these episodes. Okay, today we will be trying to upload more episodes of this. So 51 to 60 is what will be done in this particular one which I am doing now. Okay, so here the subscription also, we request all of you to subscribe to this channel, because the support from you makes us make more and more videos every single day. So please just hit subscribe button. It's a free thing. When you do that and hit the bell icon, you get the notifications also of videos. And we have a Facebook page also, Instagram page also. Everywhere stay connected so that I can guide you for free. Okay, and 2016, 17, 18, 19 is also there. And from all these, I'm sure this year also at least 5 to 10 extra questions you can solve if you watch these videos in order. Okay, so the first question, with reference to foreign direct investment in India, which one of the following is considered its major characteristic? Okay, meaning they're asking you the foreign direct investment, or the FDI, its feature, or its character, what describes it better. Okay, ABCD type question it is. So first thing is, you should know what is the difference between FDI and FII. Okay, here if you see, foreign investment, sorry, institutional investor is a totally different thing. Okay, it is investing in the stocks, okay, in the securities. So foreign institutional investment, FII, or foreign portfolio investment, FPI, is totally different from FDI. Okay, so this option will go here itself. Now we have three things where if you see, it is an instrument which involves debt servicing. Okay, meaning something debt is there and you are servicing that. And here if you see, it is non-debt creating capital flow. And this is investment through capital instruments, essentially in a listed company. Again, this listed company and all is not a thing related to this thing. Okay, it can be or it cannot be. So this also goes away. So here is either debt or non-debt. Okay, so it actually, FDI means somebody is investing in a company, like this much percentage in defense, this much percentage in computers, whatever. So it is a non-debt creating capital flow. Okay, capital is flowing to our country into certain companies, and it is non-debt creating ones. Okay, so that in our test series also, in economics NCERT Ramesh, we have a first basic test. There also it is there. Okay, differences between all the type of thing, what is FDI, what is portfolio, what is FII. So these are all non-debt creating capital inflows. Okay, whether it is FDI or FPI, both are non-debt creating ones. Okay, so it's a FDI is a more stable source of funding if you see here, and rising inflows of capital. So wherever anybody teaches you, okay, or you basically read the textbooks of NCERT or Ramesh, you will get that this is a non-debt creating thing. Okay, so what is external commercial borrowing, what and all it includes, what is hot money, what is debt and equity, bond, all these things are very basic terms, and in the very basic economics test it will be available. Okay, so if you have not studied all this, maybe your coaching institute is not giving you the right data. Okay, so question number 2, this is a question which UPSC cancelled. Okay, in the UPSC answer key, I tell you every time they cancel certain questions. So if you see, this is the 2020 answer key for this particular set A. So if you see here, 27 I already showed you. Now it is question number 52. It is X. Okay, X means there is no answer key for that. That means UPSC has cancelled that question. See, number of items dropped is 2. Okay, so these two questions were dropped. 27 and 52 were dropped. But still here we have an answer here. And it is not a very difficult question. It is from data from economic survey and some basics about our India's trade deficit. Okay, so India's merchandise or goods export are less than its merchandise import. Okay, meaning you are having a deficit kind of thing. And here if you see, India suffers an overall trade deficit. Okay, this is a true thing. India suffers an overall trade deficit. India's exports of services are more than imports of services. Okay, this is also a true statement. Okay, because we have in service sector we have more export. Okay, we have in our IT sector, in our call center, everywhere we have more export, but import is less. So here 134 is actually true. Okay, and the answer will be this one only, 134. And this one, because there is no option called 1 2 3 4, and this one is a data oriented one. Like they are asking about iron and steel, chemicals, fertilizers and machinery. How is our trend? So that obviously in that year's economic survey you have to go and see. Okay, so this is, India is mostly in current account deficit, and when current account deficit is there, capital account will be in surplus. So that is how we manage our overall deficit thing. Okay, and here again, merchandise trade deficit is the largest component of India's current account deficit. Okay, so merchandise also we have deficit, overall also we have deficit. Okay, these are all covered in our survey budget related test. Okay, and then if you see again, service is in surplus for us. Okay, that is the third statement. Service is in surplus. Okay, service export share in the total export, India is third. Okay, now this is the data in the one of the chart. Okay, so here we see commodity wise composition is there. So here if you see different color coordinations, if you see here industrial machinery, okay, this gray color industrial machinery, here it is 2.2 and here it is 2.6. Okay, industrial machinery, but here the question is telling machinery, everything has decreased in the recent years. So one item we checked, that itself is wrong. Okay, then chemicals, if you see chemicals, I think it is here 2.8 and here 2.5. Okay, maybe that is or the pink color. Okay, this 1.9 and 2.7. Okay, that also has increased. Only the iron and steel, which they have given in question here, iron and steel will be here somewhere, the last one, orange one, that has actually decreased. 2.8 has become 2.5. Okay, but the other two, so because of that reason, this is wrong statement. Okay, so this is a very data oriented thing. Everything you cannot by heart also. Maybe for certain reasons, and this keeps changing, UPSC have cancelled this question. Okay, but like this is the how you have to solve. Now the term West Texas Intermediate, that is WTI, sometimes found in news, refers to a grade of what? This is crude oil, and this is a very static and direct question. Every time it comes in the news because of the petrol price and all these things. So you should know, in the world, when petrol or crude oil is taken from different places, there are different grades for it. Okay, meaning how it is, whether it is sweet or whether it is dense. Okay, so sweetness, how you measure sweetness means the sulfur content. If there is lesser sulfur content, it is more sweeter, it is told. Okay, else it is called as sour. Okay, based on the sulfur content. And light means what? Whether it is less dense or more dense. Based on that we tell light or sweet. Okay, so here we have a question in our one of the old current affair magazines. So if you see, Brent crude is a sweet light crude oil. Okay, meaning less sulfur content and less dense. Dubai crude is a medium sour crude oil, and benchmark is called Fateh. Then this WTI is the lightest and sweetest compared to Brent and the Dubai or Oman version. Okay, so here if you see in the order of sweetness, if you take WTI, okay, this one, the West Texas, that is in the USA side, this is the sweetest. Okay, so, and after that it will be the Brent one, okay, which is there overall here. Okay, USA, Europe, Russia, this one, and then the Dubai one. Okay, so that is the different grades in order of sweetness. I'm telling you extra information because UPSC will go one step ahead and ask you this in the next time. Okay, now in the context of Indian economy, non-financial debt includes which of the following? So this non-financial debt, usually in standard textbooks it is not covered. Okay, so this may be a little difficult for most of the people, and it was confusing also because the options like both 1 and 2 is there and 1 and 2 3 is there. So 3 treasury bill, everybody had a doubt. Okay, so non-financial debt means what? It excludes the debt of all the financial institutions. Okay, meaning we have our different institutional bodies, the financial institutional bodies, because they will take money, they'll borrow money from somewhere and they will simply relend it again. Okay, so such things are not included in the non-financial debt. Example, this NABARD, ILFS, etc. had borrowed money to relend it, then it is financial debt. Okay, but here we are asking non-financial debt. So this, if you see, housing loans, okay, it is by individual people, it is not by any financial institution, so that is there in non-financial debt. Then the credit cards, this also individual people, so 1 and 2 definitely should be there. That is why this and this is the possible answers. Now treasury bill is again something by the government. Okay, so in above options, you see, these are taken by either the persons or the entities who will not relend it, but they will use the fund for their own purpose. Okay, treasury bills through which government also borrows the money. So such things, household, personal consumption, non-financial corporation, credit to the government, these are all part of non-financial debt. So next time if UPSC asks this question, you should know all these are the possibilities. If examples which falls under this is coming the answer in the options, then that is part of non-financial debt. Okay, so this is a little difficult one because of the options. These two options, treasury bill, everybody were confused. Okay, but the final answer is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, this is the final answer. Now in India, why are some nuclear reactors kept under IAEA safeguards? Okay, that is the Atomic Energy Agency safeguard. So here if you see, some use uranium and others use thorium. Okay, so that and all, when reading it, you understand these are all blunder thing. Okay, just because it's uranium and thorium, safeguards need not be placed. And some is using imported one and some are using the domestic one. Okay, then some are operated by foreign enterprise, some are by domestic enterprise, and some are state owned or private owned. Okay, so this one private owned and this one thorium, this can be easily eliminated if you have a little bit common sense. Okay, internationally agencies placing some safeguard means something should be very critical. Okay, so here again foreign enterprise and this thing is just an operating power. Okay, so that also is not the answer is this one. Okay, meaning when, like suppose Iran and all, when that problem was there, when you're importing something, of this type of material, and whether you will use it for war or whether you will use it for peace. Okay, for that kind of thing, that control, that is why safeguards are placed. Okay, so some use imported uranium, others use domestic supplies. So based on that only the safeguards are placed, like how much are you importing from here and there. Okay, so that again in our multiple test it will be mentioned. Okay, like enriched uranium, this JCPOA which Iran signed with all the P5 countries. So there everywhere where IAEA is mentioned, this safeguard concept also will be mentioned. Okay, so that is in, they are inspecting. Okay, in regular times they'll be inspecting the assistance a country received from another one. Okay, that is again the same thing. Imported uranium is there, whether they are using for peaceful purpose or for the war purpose. Okay, this again, if you see IAEA safeguards, inspections, sensitive equipment and technology. Okay, transfer of sensitive equipment and technology. This is what they inspect. Okay, so like this multiple place wherever IAEA is mentioned, the safeguard concept will be there, and UPSC that is why asked it. So a serious aspirant, this is a very easy question. Okay. Now next one, TRIMS agreement. So this is little difficult because most of the coaching institutes and most of the textbooks also will not cover TRIMS. Okay, they will cover the TRIPS agreement, they will cover GATT, SPS, the sanitary one, phytosanitary one, then the agreement on agriculture. These are very important ones, and UPSC have asked repeatedly also. But TRIMS was for the first time they was asked, I think. Okay, so this was little difficult. But the basic thing about TRIMS, if you know, like it is told here, it is related to both goods and services. Okay, but TRIMS agreement, if you go and see the first article itself, it is not for services, it's only for goods. Okay, so that is the thing UPSC was checking. Okay, whether you know at least what is TRIMS dealing with. Okay, then you would have got the answer by eliminating that. Okay, but it's okay if you did not prepare, at least next time you should be able to do. So next statements, if you see, quantitative restrictions on imports by foreign investors are prohibited. Okay, keeping any size related or number related restriction, that is prohibited, and they are not concerned with the regulation of foreign investment. Okay, they are dealing with only their domestic thing, not regulating all the foreign, because for regulation we have other different bigger bodies related to finance in every country. Okay, so if you see here, the coverage of the agreement is defined in Article 1 of the TRIMS. It states that agreement applies to investment measures related to trade in goods only. Okay, so it does not apply to services. Then this, if you see, quantitative restrictions and the national treatment, how they deal with each of these trade related thing, that and all is mentioned in their agreement. Okay, in the TRIMS agreement. So it prohibits the use of TRIMS that are inconsistent with, one is this national treatment and one is general elimination of quantitative restriction. For both they have articles under GATT agreement. Okay, and then TRIMS are rules that are applicable to the domestic regulations of a country, applies to the foreign investors, often as a part of their industrial policy. Okay, like how much how the trade is happening. Okay, so TRIMS are rules that restrict preference of domestic firms and thereby enable international firms to operate more easily within foreign market, but they don't regulate the foreign investment as such, which is governed by this kind of FEMA and DIPP guidelines. Okay, so for regulating there are other things. Okay, it's not the TRIMS which has to do that. So that is why 3 and 1 is true statement. Answer is 1 and 3. So whatever is given here, more than this I don't think UPSC will ask. Okay, so in the next exam also, just make a note of all these things. Now, if the RBI decides to adopt an expansionist monetary policy, which of the following it not do? Okay, so this is the easiest question in the paper of economics, and basics. Okay, basics of economy you have to know, like what is repo rate, what is bank rate, what is marginal standing facility, what is statutory liquidity ratio, what is this OMO. Okay, these are basics of quantitative things in the RBI, how they control inflation and all. So multiple times, right, from the last 10-15 years, repeatedly UPSC is asking one question on this. So you were supposed to know this. Okay, 2023 aspirants, if you don't understand now, it is okay, but when you do a proper test series or a proper coaching, proper learning from anyone, okay, our lectures or our test series, you will come to know this. As of now, understand that these are very basic terms. Okay, only twist here they did is, here they asked like not do. Okay, so if that you did not read, then you will write the opposite answer. Okay, because both were given, 2 only is given, 1 and 3 is given. Okay, so you had to choose the correct one. So we see here, cut and optimize the SLR. Okay, SLR, if you cut, then the money, okay, the money which you have to keep, okay, like I don't know whether I can explain it fully now. CRR and SLR are two terms. Okay, CRR means with the RBI you keep certain percentage, like it will be like 4% you have to keep. Okay, something like that you have to keep, and remaining only you can give it out as loan or something. So some percentage is set. Same like that, SLR will be something like 12% or something. So total 12 plus 4, 16% you have to keep with the bank. Okay, you cannot lend it out. Okay, now if you are cutting it, okay, cut and optimize the SLR, meaning you made it 9%. Okay, so then now 4 plus 9, 13% only you need to keep, remaining everything you can give. Okay, So expansionist policy, what you will not do, they are asking. If it was what you will do, means this cutting is a correct thing only. Okay, but here it is not to do. So this cut, wherever it is, it will go away. Okay, bank rate, repo rate, all these things, when you cut, it is actually for expansionist only. But what you will not do is increasing this one. Okay, you will not increase this also. Actually, you have to cut it. Okay, so this, if you are a aspirant who knows the basics, I hope you have understood it. But others, it will be difficult to grasp. Okay, so this again, if you don't know, my free lecture is there in this internet on YouTube. You just search, okay, Vysh is repo rate or Vysh is banking. One video will come. In that I have explained all these things. So what is CRR? What is SLR? So how it works? Okay, see, in 1,000, 6% means this much you have to keep. Remaining only you can lend. Okay, 940 balance. Like that, there is a concept. Okay, these are all done for whether we should expand the economy or we should contract the economy. Okay, so based on that, RBI does this. So here answer is 2 only. Okay, because this is the one which you will not do for expansionist policy. Okay, and these are the ones which you will do for 1 and 3 is the one which you will do for expanding the monetary policy. Now, with reference to Indian economy, after the 1991 economic liberalization, consider the following statements. Okay, so this is a pure data oriented one, and this also, if you don't have time, you better can skip this question. Okay, only good thing is here 1, 2, 3, 4 option is not there. So one of them at least has to be wrong. Okay, now data, if you go on Google in economic survey and other ministry websites, you will get all these things. Okay, first is worker productivity. Worker productivity per worker 2004-5 prices increased in urban areas while it decreased in rural area. Okay, so this, if you see worker productivity current prices, if you go and see, this is the rural and urban thing, both have increased, okay, over the time. So 2004-5, it's given here. Okay, so it has increased. Okay, so this is telling is increased in urban, decreased in rural. So this is a wrong statement. Okay, because both it has increased. Now the second chart I'll show you, which is about the percentage share of rural area in workforce steadily increased. Okay, percentage share of rural areas workforce, they are telling increased, but it has decreased. Okay, if you see, this has decreased. So that is also wrong. So 1 and 2 both are wrong. So these two goes away. So 3 automatically becomes correct. That is, in rural areas, the growth in non-farm economy increased. Okay, non-farm means what? The other sectors other than agriculture, the manufacturing, construction services. So this, if you see, increased, they are telling. Okay, so this, if you see, it has actually increased. Everywhere if you see, it is increased. All these things which is circled, the values are increasing. Okay, so this is actually true. Now the growth rate in rural employment decreased. Okay, so next chart if you take is the employment statistics. Okay, so employment statistics, if you see, this is the one and this is the total one. Okay, this is decreased. Growth rate in rural employment is decreased. So again, these are all purely data and you cannot by heart all these things, but little bit knowledge about how the sectors are performing and all, you can take a guess in these things. But else, these are the kind of questions you should not take a chance and simply don't make it a negative marking. Okay, don't make negative marking by simply with overconfidence that I will solve it at anyhow, or because it takes time to think of each data, it takes time. So don't waste each minute you save, you can do one extra question. Okay, now this one is a two statement question. In terms of short term credit delivery to agriculture sector, district central cooperative bank deliver more credit in comparison to scheduled commercial bank and RRB. Okay, so this is actually a wrong statement. Okay, because how much ever we have district bank and other agriculture related banks in the village areas and rural areas, scheduled commercial bank, the bigger banks, they are the ones who obviously will give the more credit delivery, okay, to the agriculture sector. Okay, because they have a concept also called PSL. Okay, which is priority sector lending. Out of this much money which they have, at least 15%, 18% and all, they have to give to the agriculture sector and different sectors. Okay, PSL is always high in scheduled commercial bank. So overall credit, if you see, it is like in this ratio. Okay, scheduled commercial bank give 80%, cooperative banks, which includes this state cooperative bank, district bank and the primary agriculture bank, these are all 15%, and then finally RRB 5%. Okay, so here they are telling this DCB gives more. Okay, but that is wrong statement. Okay, so one is definitely wrong. So either it is 2 only or neither 1 or 2. Now one of the most important function of this DCCB, the district one, is to provide fund to the primary agriculture credit society. Okay, meaning this will give to this, that is their primary job. This is actually true. Okay, if you see the cooperative banking sector, how it is in a hierarchy, either it will be 3-tier or it will be 2-tier. Okay, 3-tier means there is a state cooperative bank, below that there is a district, and below that there is a PAX one. So this will give money to this or this will give money to this. However, PACs will get it from any of the upper layer. Okay, and this one 2-tier also, it will be State Bank and PACs. That time again PACs will get from this. So however, it is DCB's job is what? It is to give money to the lower layer. Okay, so individual borrower, even the state one can directly give to the individual borrowers also, but there is a hierarchy. Okay, so this statement is correct. DCB main task is to provide fund to the primary agriculture credit society. So 2 is correct. Okay, so these are basic type of banks. Many type of banks are there. You should know all the basic functions of each one of them. Now, in India, under cyber insurance for individuals, which of the following benefits are generally covered in addition to payment for the loss of fund and their other benefits? Meaning cyber insurance, what all they will cover? Okay, because they ask farm insurance, crop insurance, now they're asking cyber insurance. Okay, it's a weird question, but very simple options it was. So we see here, cost of defense in the court of law if any third party files a suit. Okay, so you know it or you don't know. Now, cost of hiring a specialized consultant to minimize the loss of cyber extortion. Okay, so this looks true, but you don't know. And this one, if you see, cost of restoration of the computer system in case of malware disrupting access to anyone's computer. So this is the actual definition kind of thing. Okay, anything happens, restoring that, so that cost insurance will obviously cover it for you. So one should be there. But see this one, cost of a new computer if someone willfully damages it. Okay, meaning suppose your neighbor comes to your house and simply damage your computer, you cannot go and claim cyber insurance. Okay, so this is a blunder statement, and this is the only thing UPSC was checking. Okay, eliminate 2, and eliminate 2. So you get the answer as 1, 3, 4. Okay, so always when, as I told, 4 statement types are there, there will be one clue which is hidden in that. Okay, so that you have to find out and you will get the answer easily. Okay, so cyber insurance means something that arises out of the internet related cyber security challenge. Second statement is absurd and should instead be covered in a separate hardware kind of some policy. Okay, so that is the 10 questions for today. Please subscribe so that I can give you the next episode quickly, because when you support, we work harder. Okay, we tend to make more videos in a day. So please hit subscribe so that we can keep it completely free. Okay, and for the test series also, you can contact us. Every subject is there. 2022 exam is nearing. If you want to see 3 free samples, email us at vyshupsc@gmail.com, or for enrollment directly, WhatsApp at this number. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.